Hello everyone, my name is Heroes, and this is a quick showcase on the World Utilities add-on by Gamefam. You can find this add-on on the Minecraft Marketplace. World Utilities adds 13 useful items and abilities, including the Omni Tool, Vein Miner, and my personal favorite, the Safari Net. So let's go! First up, we have the World Utilities controller. You can craft this controller in survival, however, you will only be able to use it in creative. In creative, it'll allow you to open up the config file, and you can turn things on and off. For example, all the different types of tools. You can turn on durability, you can turn on or off vein miner breaking gravel, and you can turn on or off tree Capitator breaks leaves. I really like this new addition of it breaking leaves, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on and hit submit. Now we're in survival, and when I right click on the controller, it'll tell me I cannot use it. So if you want to change your options again, you'll have to go into creative to change that. But first up, let's go ahead and look at this right here. This is the crafting recipe for vein miner. So let's go ahead and craft vein miner right now. And this is an ability that you can go ahead and toggle on and off in your inventory. Once your vein miner is activated, you can go ahead and mine up any ore, and it'll mine up everything that is in a cluster. So let's go ahead and test it out right now on this coal. And as you can see, a big chunk of coal was just vein mined. So if I turn this off, like so, and I go over here to harvest up this coal, it'll just do the one piece. If I go ahead and turn it on, but if I throw it out of my inventory, it will also only do one piece. This has to be in your inventory to actually work. So now that we know that it is on and it's in my inventory, let's go ahead and do this. And as we can see, it harvested up the coal that was in this chunk over here. Next up is tree Capitator. This recipe will allow you to make the item that you can go ahead and toggle on and off, just like vein miner, to go ahead and chop down trees, like all the trees. So right now it is deactivated, so if I go ahead and try to cut down this tree, it'll only take one log off, like it normally does. But if I go ahead and activate it, and it doesn't have to be in your hotbar, it can be up in here, just as long as it's in your inventory altogether. And now when I go ahead and harvest up this tree, it'll break up everything. And remember earlier, I turned on fast leaf decay, so did you see how fast all the leaves just decayed like so? So for example, let's go back into creative, and if I turn that off, breaks leaves, and hit submit, the leaves will break really slow, and I prefer them breaking fast. So let's go ahead and do this again in survival. And as you can see, it took down the tree super fast, but the leaves are still there. The leaves will despawn like normal, however it won't be super fast like the fast leaf decay. I'm gonna go back into creative, and I'm going to turn it back on because that is my preference. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's test it out on this bad boy. And just like the vein miner, if it's out of your inventory, like if I throw it out there, it's not going to tree capitate. But if it is in my inventory, even if it's not on my hotbar, it will chop down the whole tree. And there we go. And we have fast leaf decay on as well. So look at those leaves going so good. I really love this. This is such a good quality of life tool to have in your survival world. Goodbye, leaves. Up next is Miner's Essentials. It's very similar to the last two that we just used, where you can go ahead and toggle it on and off in your inventory. But let's go ahead and do this now. Right now it is toggled off, but let's go ahead and toggle it on. Once it is on, we can go ahead and use our pickaxe on different types of ores, and it will immediately smelt it like so. And we did have vein miner already on, so you can see that it got everything super fast, and it also smelted it for us. So if we were to toggle vein miner off, it'll only do one ore at a time, but it will smelt it for us. But if we turn it back on, which is really cool, we can go ahead and do that, and it will vein mine and also smelt all the things. And let's go ahead and do copper as well. And let's see what happens with the stone. It just turns into cobblestone. And does it work on sand? I don't think so because it's not an ore. Yeah, I won't turn it into glass like so. But that is the miner's essential. Up next is the explosive pickaxe. This pickaxe will work kind of like TNT, and it'll explode blocks when you go ahead and mine it out. So let's go ahead and make this, and I have a little cave over there. Oh, I guess we could do this. Let's do this little area. Let's go ahead and mine this, and as you can see, it is like having it TNT all the time, and you can create nice little explosions, and it definitely packs a punch. And let's see if it'll work with vein mine on too. Yeah, so you can use it with vein miner as well and explode all the things and make really, really fun holes while you're doing so. And as you can see, it doesn't damage the player at all. Up next, we have the multi-block tool. This will allow you to make tunnels super duper fast and go ahead and harvest up multiple blocks at the same time. I've been really enjoying this, using it to make tunnels. Let's go ahead and go to the actual cave area over here and demonstrate it out. And there you go. It does a 3x3 area like so. So yeah, super duper tunnel making machine. You can harvest up all the things all the time. Next, we have the end frame breaker. This will allow you to break up pieces of the end, and you can go ahead and move the portal to a different location. This only has 12 uses for a time, but you can go ahead and make as many end frame breakers as you're able to. So for demonstration purposes, let's pretend this was an end portal, and we will go ahead and we can break that up. Look at that. And now we have an end portal frame. We can go ahead and move it anywhere we want, and now you can use the end frame blocks as decorations or move the portal around your world. I think it is very nice, and that is number 11 right there. So this should be the last one that we can make. And yes, as you can see, the tool is now broken, but we can go ahead and craft another one if we need to. But yeah, now end frames are blocks that we can use. Next up is the Omni Tool. I use this all the time in my survivor world. It acts as an axe, a pickaxe, and a shovel all in one. So you only need to have one tool to do a lot of the different things around your world. So for example, we can go ahead and use this to make paths if we want to. We can use it to harvest up dirt if we want to. Let's see, over here we can use it to harvest up stone easily as well. So this is a very nice all-in-one tool for all of your mining needs. It'll also work with the vein miner. Right now it is enabled, and you can go ahead and vein mine this coal right here. The Omni Tool also works on trees, and it also works with the tree Capitator, so you can go ahead and chop down all the things super fast, chop down the dirt, chop down the trees, make little pathways, and do stone and different types of ores. So this tool is pretty amazing, and I definitely love using it in my worlds. Up next is the spawn wrench. It'll allow you to move spawners around your world, so you can move them in different locations or just pick them up and decide what you want to do with them later. So this is how you make the spawner wrench, like so, and it only has 3 uses, but you can make unlimited spawn wrenches if you're able to. And here's a spawner right here. We can go ahead and destroy this, and I guess we pick what spawner it is going to be, so it's kind of OP. Because, for example, if this was originally like a zombie spawner, you'd be like, well, I totally want to have a blaze spawner in my world, and now you will have a blaze spawner. So I guess it's also a spawner chooser as well. So you can make it any type of spawner that you want to, and this will be number 3. So it should break after this. There we go. And that is the spawn wrench. Up next is the Harvester Hoe. This will automatically replant all your vanilla crops for you. when you harvest it with the Harvester Hoe. So let's go ahead and make it right now. There we go. This does not work with other add-on crops. For example, if you have the farming add-on, it will not harvest those crops, but it works wonderfully for all of the vanilla crops, which is awesome. You see it is harvesting them up, and I have them in my inventory with the extra seeds, but it is replanting with one of those seeds like so. So it can be very, very useful for your different farming areas and for getting tons and tons of yummy foods. Up next, we have the Excavation Shovel. This will allow you to break multiple blocks at once while you use this shovel. Similar to the multi-block tool for stone, it works really, really well with the items that you would normally use to shovel, like grass and sand. So you can go ahead and break multiple blocks at once, which can be very, very useful. Up next is the safari net. This is my favorite item by far because I love being able to pick up and collect different animals and place them in different places around my world. I have been using this with other add-ons and it seems to work with all of them. I used it with the farming add-on before, the naturalist add-on, and it will pick up the creatures that I want. Here we have Jeb, the sheep. Let's go ahead and pick him up with the safari net. Unfortunately, the safari nets are only one use, but they do remember like their names and their specific colors. So if I go ahead and put Jeb down over here, he is still Jeb and he is still named, which is very nice. Here is a grizzly bear from the naturalist add-on named Bud. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Bud, and I can move him around my world, and he's still Bud. He's still my buddy. However, I did find an issue. So this is Annie, the red panda, and she's actually a pet that can sit up and down, and I have not been able to use the safari nets on creatures that can sit up and down like so, because they're doing these sitting and animation, I guess. So hopefully we can find a way in the future to be able to pick up these animals, even like when I shift click or anything, it doesn't work, unfortunately. And the same with sitting. It doesn't really work on villagers because it will immediately just pop up their trading menu. I am shift clicking and everything, but it just doesn't work. So maybe we can get like a safari net launcher or something to pick up these creatures. And it does work on hostile mobs. So we got a pillager over here and we have them in our safari net, and we can keep them that way. But the safari net has been very, very useful. I use it all the time in my world and in my showcases to get specific animals in different colors and be able to spawn them whenever I want to. And the last item we are going to talk about today is the void chest. The void chest is like a trash can that you can use to permanently remove items from your world. These items will be destroyed and you will never see them again, so be very, very careful when using this. But you can go ahead and do that and right click on it and put different items that you want to throw away in there, and they will be removed from your world as soon as you leave the menu and open again. They are gone. They are gone forever. So you can use this to throw away useless items around your world, or you can just use it to throw away anything you want. I guess useful items is very arbitrary. So if you just want to get rid of a bunch of things, you can go ahead and open this up and put it inside, and it will be removed forever. So be very, very careful. I like that it has this open like this, so like you're like, oh no, 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 you can remove them back into your inventory if you're like, I don't want to remove those. But once you leave this screen, the items will be gone. So be very, very careful when using this, but definitely very, very useful to have in your world. But that has been all of the different items in the World Utilities add-on by Gamefam. I think this add-on is very useful. I've been using it a ton for many months now in my different survival worlds, and I haven't really had any issues with it. And I plan on adding it to all of my survival Bedrock worlds because it is very useful and has a lot of quality of life, different things, and safari nets because I like collecting animals. Hello. on Eros, and I collect all the pixel animals and things and stuff. But yeah, that has been my short showcase on the World Utilities add-on. Thank you for watching. I will have other videos on the screen right now if you are interested in watching some more. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye!